Good morning, everybody. My name is Game Champ, and my goal in life is irrelevant right now. Instead, I'm gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! As most of you probably know, when the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime was localized by 4Kids Entertainment, they made a lot of questionable changes. Upon watching the original Japanese version, I came to learn the changes went far beyond just the censorship that's most widely known. They changed the dialogue and sequence of events in ways that have far-reaching implications. It got me interested in watching both versions side by side in order to witness myself and catalog every change that was made. Almost all dialogue has been edited, so rather than covering every individual line, I'll try to limit dialogue coverage to added lines, removed lines, or those that alter the information conveyed to the point of recontextualizing the scene as a whole. We will still end up covering almost every line anyway, because that's how 4Kids like to do things. Without further ado, Episode 1. Number 1. The first difference is before the series even starts. The original anime is titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, to separate it from a prior anime adaptation created by Toei. Number 2. The soundtrack and most sound effects have been replaced. Number 3. The script of the pre-opening scene has been altered. The Japanese script speaks of the history of games and existence of shadow games and Millennium items. Then, that a boy has solved the Millennium Puzzle, has 2 hearts, and is now known as the King of Games, Yu-Gi-Oh! The English script adds a description of a war in which the ancient pharaoh locked some magic in the Millennium items in order to stop shadow games from being played, explicitly name-dropping Yugi as being destined to save the world. Number 4. The Japanese opening theme in animation has been completely replaced. Number 5. The Japanese version has a title card with the name of the episode. Number 6. A line of Yugi saying, "Earth to Joey," has been added to the establishing shot. Number 7. Jonochi's name has been changed to Joey. Number 8. All cards in Joey's hand, and all cards for the rest of the series have been edited to remove much of the borders, as well as the lower description being replaced with some basic image-based information about the card. The cards are unaltered, however, when seen from a distance. Number 9. Honda's name has been changed to Tristan. Number 10. Anzu explains a bit about the game, but in English she instead just says, "They've been at it for hours." Number 11. In the Japanese version, Kaiba is reading Also Spruca Zarathustra, Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophical novel, establishing him as a highly intelligent individual excelling beyond his peers before he even speaks a line. In the English version, Kaiba is reading a green book. Number 12. Some boxes with legible text, plus the turtle sign outside, have had their text either obscured or completely removed, regardless of that text's language. Strangely, they only went halfway, leaving quite a bit of English and Japanese text legible. Number 13. A line from Kaiba has been added to the shot of his legs. Number 14. While he is certainly not that nice in the Japanese script, Kaiba in the English script is significantly more rude. Senile old fool. This will continue on in later scenes. Number 15. The bottom row of cards in Kaiba's briefcase has been shifted to the left. Number 16. A commercial break has been added. Number 17. Kaiba's henchmen mention they've obtained 3 cards, and Kaiba responds that Sugoroku's card is the only one left. Whereas in the English version, Kaiba asks them to pick up something from the game shop. Number 18. In the Japanese version, Kaiba's butler refers to Sugoroku by name and says they'll take Sugoroku by force if he doesn't come with them. In the English version, his name is unmentioned, and the butler more vaguely states, "I'm afraid I must insist." Number 19. When Sugoroku mentions teaching Kaiba about the heart of the cards, his tone in the Japanese version suggests that he legitimately wants to help Kaiba by teaching him a life lesson. While the lines are technically accurately translated in the English version, his tone is more spiteful.
Take my cards and teach him respect. Teach Kaiba respect for the heart of the cards, Yugi.
Number 20. Text in the upper left has been replaced with random blobs. Number 21. Kaiba says the virtual system was the cause for Sugoroku's condition, but in English says it's because he couldn't handle fighting a champion. Number 22. Kaiba explicitly states he can only include 3 blue eyes in his deck in the Japanese version, but provides no concrete explanation for ripping up the card in the English version. Number 23. In a touching moment, Jonochi tells Yugi he can do it, because he's the one who changed Jonochi when he used to be a troublemaker obsessed with fighting. In the English version, Joey instead says Yugi can do it because he's the best duelist Joey's ever seen and has the Millennium Puzzle. This is a very loaded line. It removes Jonochi's backstory and implies Joey already knows what the Millennium Puzzle is, which not even Yugi fully understands yet in the Japanese version. Number 24. Anzu's name is now T. Taya. Number 25. Anzu explains that, though the mark of friendship's ink will eventually fade away, it will never fade from their hearts. Taya, meanwhile, explains that it's so Yugi won't forget them while he's dueling. Number 26. It's a very well-guarded secret that vehicle is an ambulance. Number 27. Japanese Kaiba mentions that they will be playing according to Kaiba special rules. English Kaiba brags about making the arena. Number 28. Rather than having Kaiba start up virtual system, the English version has Yugi say, "Playtime is over." Number 29. Yugi's magical girl transformation sequence adds Yugi screaming, "Yu-Gi-Oh!" Whereas in the original, he is silent. Number 30. Yugi in his transformed state has a different voice actor entirely, while in the Japanese version, he's voiced by the same actor giving a different performance. Strangely, transformed Yugi still thinks with normal Yugi's voice. Number 31. Yugi says he will bet his grandfather's deck in the Japanese version, but only says it's time to duel in English. Number 32. The English commercial bumper is completely different from the Japanese bumper. Number 33. Cyclops has been renamed Hitotsume Giant. Translator's note, Hitotsume Giant is Japanese for Cyclops. Number 34. Many of Kaiba's lines throughout the duel are changed. In the Japanese version, he directly and succinctly announces his moves when he makes a play, while in the English version, his language is more dramatic. Sometimes English Kaiba and Yugi don't even declare their attacks. Also, he only plays Cyclops in attack position in the Japanese version, while in the English version, he explicitly declares an attack with the Hitotsume Giant, which he doesn't even actually do because it's the first turn of the duel and you can't do that. Number 35. Virtual Simulation System has been renamed to Virtual Simulator. Number 36. Japanese Yugi says, "This is how you hurt my grandfather," while English Yugi says, "This is how you beat my grandfather." Number 37. The Dark Clown in Japanese is silent, but English Sagi likes to laugh. Number 38. Dark Generator is renamed to Negative Energy Generator. Number 39. The image on Dark Generator is a dark eye, while the image on Negative Energy Generator is the letter E. Number 40. Stat pop-ups have been photoshopped over in a different style, and no longer specify that they represent attack power. This will be done consistently throughout the entire series. Number 41. Dark Knight Gaia is renamed to Gaia the Fierce Knight. Number 42. Dark Knight Gaia's attack is called Spiral Shaver, but its name isn't mentioned in English. Attack names are often left out in the future as well. Number 43. In Japanese, Kaiba says he can hear Sugoroku's dying breath with every card Yugi draws, but this is replaced with insults in the English version. Number 44. Sealing Swords of Light is renamed to Swords of Revealing Light. Number 45. Exodia's pentagram in both the background and on his chest have been replaced with Photoshop effects and a different symbol. Number 46. Black Magician is renamed Dark Magician. Number 47. There's an extra commercial break again. As a result, a line is added for Kaiba after the break is over. Number 48. In Japanese, Yugi's friends stress that he's not alone, while in English they stress that he should believe in himself. Number 49. When Yugi takes a long time to draw a card, Japanese Kaiba asks if he's come to your senses and reached out your hand in despair, essentially asking if Yugi is forfeiting the duel, since placing your hand on your deck is the signal of surrender. Yugi counters by saying he wasn't reaching for despair, but rather reaching for hope. In the English version, the conversation is altered with no mention of despair or hope, instead having Kaiba tell Yugi his grandfather's cards are pathetic. Number 50. Exodia the Sealed One is renamed the Unstoppable Exodia. Number 51. Exodia's pentagram, when summoned, is replaced with a 10-sided star. Number 52. Japanese Kaiba exclaims that Yugi created a miracle, while English Kaiba exclaims that nobody has ever summoned Exodia before. This line is referenced later in the series, so changing it impacts Kaiba's character arc. Number 53. English Kaiba can't believe he lost to Yugi, while Japanese Kaiba is more concerned with the fact that he lost at anything, ever. Number 54. Japanese Yugi explicitly states he shattered the evil in Kaiba's heart. English Yugi gives no explanation. Number 55. In English, Grandpa has been given psychic powers and knows Yugi won the duel. He only says Yugi's name in Japanese. Number 56. Pegasus is silent in the Japanese version. In the English version, he says, Number 57. The next episode preview is cut entirely. Number 58. The ending theme and animation is replaced with a shortened version of the English opening. We end our episode 1 count at 58, putting us at roughly 2 changes per minute. And on the topic of this video, did you like it? How could it be improved? And would you like to see more? Is anime completely out of place on this channel? Tell me how much this video sucks in the comments below. Special thanks to all Patreon backers, including Lord Aretsi, Eric Flynn, Les Lamb, Zany Bands, David 20 Covers, Beatty JD, RB Drock, Zalin Ohm, Homing Attack Sucks, Kaio Derp, Mrs. Sekman, and Andrew Seibert. Arigato gozaimasu desu for watching. Have a merry holiday, miss, and get out of my house.